What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be ranking all of the Reverse Flash's storylines in the Arrowverse. Now, guys, some of these, I don't know if you'd consider them storylines specifically. You might just consider them appearances, but I'm still going to include them anyway, just so you guys are aware of that. So coming in at number 10, I have his storyline from Legends of Tomorrow Season 7. Now, it was really cool to see him again as Matt Letcher, or being played by Matt Letcher, rather. But he really didn't do anything, and he ended up dying in the end, which is really not what I wanted to see. He didn't use his speed at all, but he did have a pretty cool fight scene. But other than that, not really much to see here from Eobard Thawne. But yeah, like I said, it was pretty cool to see him again being played by Matt Letcher, in 2022. At number 9, I have his storyline or appearance in The Flash Season 7. Now, of course, he only returned for like half an episode. He got in a speedster fight, a decently cool speedster fight, I guess. The lightsabers were kind of controversial. I think it's all right. But yeah, he was in that speedster fight with The Flash and Godspeed. And then in the end, there ended up being a little one-on-one matchup between The Flash and the Reverse Flash after the Reverse Flash, rather, nearly killed Godspeed. So yeah, that's really all he did, is he got in a fight. He nearly killed the Godspeed and then said to the Flash that he would get faster, and then he ran away. And yeah, that was basically it. So yeah, for the Flash Season 7's Reverse Flash, not exactly that exciting. You could even make an argument that Legends of Tomorrow Season 7 should be above the Flash's Season 7 Reverse Flash. I think those two are both, I'd say, probably the worst storylines of Reverse Flash so far, just because of, those reasons I just listed. So coming in at number 8, I have the Reverse Flash's storyline in The Flash Season 4, or the Crisis on Earth X crossover. Now, the reason I think this is actually significant is because this is basically the version of Reverse Flash that revealed to the audience that that Season 1 version of Reverse Flash is still alive. He still exists. So I think that was actually pretty interesting in Crisis on Earth X. But other than that, just some simple speedster fights between the Flash and Reverse Flash. Doesn't mean they weren't bad speedster fights. I think they were pretty cool. But yeah, overall, Reverse Flash teams up with the Nazis from Earth X, and then of course he ends up running off after Barry lets him go. I think overall this is, it's slightly above average. It's not that bad. But yeah, of course he was only in it for one crossover and didn't really have any real storyline per se. So at number 7, I have the Reverse Flash's storyline in The Flash Season 6. Now, this one here, I think, obviously took over Nash Wells' body because he became formless, most likely because of a crisis change. So yeah, he took over Nash Wells' body, and then in that one scene in episode 14, I think that scene was pretty cool when he fought Cisco. That was pretty cool. And then, of course, when he was in the pipeline and he was threatening Barry and Cisco, that was another great scene right there. So overall, I think this one was pretty good. The reason it's not higher on this list, it's because Reverse Flash, he didn't actually use his speed at all, because obviously he couldn't while he was in Nash Wells' body. Even in, Nash Wells' mind, he really couldn't use his speed, so that was kind of disappointing. I really wanted the Flash and Reverse Flash to, get in like an actual fight. I thought that would have been really cool. But yeah, nonetheless, this is still a pretty decent storyline, even if there wasn't like an actual fight between the Flash and the Reverse Flash. So at number 6, I have the Reverse Flash's storyline in the FLASHPOINT timeline. Now, the reason I have this one, this high on the list, I mean, it's only one episode, but still, I think it was really, really cool, because we got like more future talk of, original timeline Reverse Flash, talking about original timeline Flash and all that stuff. A lot of time travel talk, which I thought was absolutely awesome. You had great acting from Grant Gustin and Matt Letcher in this episode. I think Reverse Flash was definitely the best part of Flashpoint, and one of the only good parts, besides some cool scenes or some cool fight scenes with Kid Flash, the Flash, and the Rival. But yeah, overall, I think the Reverse Flash in Flashpoint was really cool, especially when he went back a second time to kill Barry's mother. I thought that was a great scene as well. So now at number 5, I have the Reverse Flash from The Flash Season 2. Now, this version of Reverse Flash is a younger Eobard Thawne who has not yet killed Barry's mother, and the reason I really like this one is because, this is his origin story. He basically tells us his origin story in this episode, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. You also have him basically, talking to Gideon calling him Professor Thawne, I think is, a little callback to the comics. Obviously, they can't really call him Professor Zoom, because Zoom is already a character in the Arrowverse and in the comics, but still, Professor Zoom was the name of Reverse Flash in the comics, so I think it's kind of cool that Gideon almost calls him that, calls him Professor Thawne. So I think that just really gave us a futuristic look at the Reverse Flash, and really a comic book accurate episode, and I really enjoyed that with Reverse Flash here. At number 4, I have Reverse Flash's storyline in The Flash Season 8, or Armageddon. Now, of course, the first 3 episodes, he really wasn't in it at all, but we ended up finding out at the end of the 3rd episode, and of course in the 4th and 5th episode, that Reverse Flash was behind everything. Everything bad that was happening to Barry, he was behind it, and I thought that was genius. I really enjoyed that. Of course, Reverse Flash becoming the Flash himself was a crazy good master plan. I really like how they implemented that into this storyline, and I think overall Armageddon was pretty underrated. Of course, there are some of the bad parts in Armageddon, like you know, I'm not gonna go over all that. But yeah, Reverse Flash in Armageddon still was very, very good. At number 3, I have his storyline in The Flash Season 5. Now, the reason I have this one above a storyline like Armageddon is because it basically lasted throughout the mid-season finale until the rest of the season. So this was multiple episodes long, with Reverse Flash basically being behind everything, creating a cicada that Team Flash could stop, thus eventually getting him free from prison in the future. I think that was just such a great plan for him. Really showed how much of a genius he is. Lately, they really haven't shown, you know, his intellect, because he's the smartest speedster villain the Flash has ever faced. They really need to show that more, and I think they definitely showed that with his master plan in his storyline for The Flash Season 5. Coming in at number 2, I have his storyline on Legends of Tomorrow Season 2. Now, of course, he was played by Matt Letcher here. This was the most Matt Letcher Reverse Flash we ever got to see, and I think his storyline in this season was absolutely fantastic. He was basically the main villain of the entire season. You could consider the Legion of Doom to be the main villain of the season, but I'd, you know, really consider that Reverse Flash was behind mostly everything. He was obviously going after the Spear of Destiny, and overall, I think his storyline also, you know, running from the Black Flash really gave him more purpose in his storyline, and I just really enjoyed how they implemented Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, because I think Legends of Tomorrow Season 2 is the most underrated season of the Arrowverse. I definitely put in my top 6, top 7 Arrowverse seasons, so yeah, I think Reverse Flash only adds to the greatness of that season. And then, of course, I have the Reverse Flash's Season 1 storyline at number 1. Now, this one, it was just so entertaining. You had Reverse Flash getting stuck in the past, having to become Harrison Wells, pretend to be this scientist from, you know, 2014 instead of being this genius from 2151 or whatever. So I think that was just so cool, the way he had to, you know, pretend and then eventually reveal his master plan of him wanting to go home. I think it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, this is basically a no-brainer. Reverse Flash was absolutely amazing in Season 1, and hopefully when he returns later this season in Season 8, he can be on par with that. But anyways, I'd say that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your thoughts on this video down below, as well as your ranking of your Reverse Flash storylines. Now, this is kind of a unique video. I haven't really seen anybody else do this, so I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.